What's up, everybody? This is Sean.
This is Alan.
And this is Inside the Square, the wrestling podcast, coming at you almost every Saturday from sunny St. Mary's, California, Maryland. What's good, big buddy?
Extreme Rules.
It's coming on tonight. What time is the kickoff?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Be there at B Square. You can only watch it on Peacock Network if you live stateside. Really good deal. We're not shilling for Peacock Network or anything, but it's a great deal. You can watch all the pay-per-views live. You can watch any pay-per-view WWE has ever had in the past 20, 30 years. And they also have a lot of stuff on there from, the Mid-Atlantic and some early NWA stuff. So it's really good. It's a really good deal. So who you got tonight on the Extreme Rules, Big Daddy?
Bayley.
Bayley's going to be wrestling the
Bianca
EST,
Belair.
Bianca Belair. I have Bianca Belair.
Like, Bayley might win with interference.
She very well could win.
Yeah.
She's been champ multiple times. She's had the belt. She's had one of the women's belts longest. I think anybody's ever had it.
Yeah.
And she's a draw, man.
On SmackDown.
Yeah, people love her, man.
Yeah.
She's a super popular wrestler. Bianca Belair is like super popular too. She's, I don't know how I would categorize Bianca Belair. She fills in a niche that I think they've been missing with black female wrestlers.
Yeah.
Black women wrestlers, I should say female. But she's very talented. She goes in the ring. She's a really good talker, very charismatic. And the crowd loves her.
Yeah.
And not just, people that look like us, but other people too. And that's what I think, her in-ring performance translates really well to sales, getting people in seats, and things like that. If I was Triple H, I would keep her as champion for a little while longer. At least
until WrestleMania?
I don't know if I'd milk it to WrestleMania, but I would try to keep her champ as long as she wanted to be champ.
Yeah.
She's really good and fun to watch. Bayley is too, though.
Yeah.
And Bayley appeals to a large demographic. She's a very wide swath of fans love her too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they can't go wrong either way.
It's going to be a toss-up.
It's going to be a toss-up. I agree with you on that one. Who do you got with Imperium and the Brawlers?
Imperium.
I think Imperium is going to win too.
Yeah.
They have a lot of momentum. Really good wrestlers.
They have Gunther.
It's weird. I think, I don't know if his name is going to go back to Walter or not. But the way they spell it now is all capital letters like they used to spell Walter.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I know a lot of wrestlers are going back to their original names.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting how Vince marketed people.
Eichner.
Yeah, it's weird.
But Eichner was a really good wrestler.
All of Imperium are really good wrestlers. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And that's their whole gimmick, that they're great wrestlers. And that's a good gimmick to have.
They're real wrestlers.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's a good gimmick to have, that you're a great wrestler.
Yeah. Like, Gunther's going to have that Intercontinental Championship for a long time.
I think, I don't agree with you. I think that Sheamus is going to win it.
Like, he lost to Gunther.
I know he's lost to him a couple times now, but I think that's to put him over.
As a dominant Intercontinental Champion.
Well, I think he might have bigger plans for Gunther, but we don't know that yet.
What about against Roman Reigns?
No, absolutely not.
The Usos would interfere?
It's one thing to beat Sheamus, but you can't beat the dude at the top of your company.
Yeah, that's going to be rough.
You can't beat the dude at the very top of the whole wrestling world.
Nope.
I mean, Roman Reigns is probably the most known face in the world in wrestling right now.
Yeah.
And they put a lot of money and a lot of time to make him to the top heel. Probably one of the top heels they've ever had.
They should have done it a long time ago.
You know, I don't know about that. I mean, everyone has their own turn to be on top.
Yeah.
And everyone...
they should have done it in 2018.
I don't know, man. I think, like I said, everyone has a turn to be on top. And everyone was looking at Roman Reigns like he was Vince's boy.
Yeah.
And that's kind of odd because, if you look at his dad, Sika, you look at Rikishi,
Yeah.
all that whole family bloodlines, the real family.
Even the Usos.
Those dudes, they dominate wrestling. Wherever company they go to, they dominate it. So I think that it was eventually going to be his turn.
Yeah. Like, they should have done it a long time ago.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that.
Like in 2018, they should have done that.
Like I said, man, I don't know about the timing, but right now, his time is right now.
No, he's going to lose that title next year. Like, maybe, I see it coming.
Maybe next year.
Against Cody Rhodes.
That'd be a big build-up.
Or The Rock.
He's not going to lose against a part-timer. Because, just even look at this Extreme Rules. It's hyped, but it's not hyped up because Roman Reigns is not wrestling.
No.
I mean...
he got some time off until Crown Jeweled.
My point is, you're going to miss a pay-per-view without a champ, a heavyweight champ. And I don't know if I like that.
I like that.
Why?
I really don't like Roman Reigns on TV.
That's not the point, Alan. A lot of people want to see the heavyweight champ wrestle.
I don't like Roman Reigns as undisputed champion. Like, he's so boring.
That's your opinion. My point is, you got your heavyweight champion, and he's not being on your pay-per-view. Your main card, your bottom of your card is a bunch of people that people don't really, don't get enthused about.
Roman Reigns, I got a message for you.
No, Alan, we don't have messages for people. Let's not do that. That's not cool.
You are a garbage champion.
Here we go. Anyway, like I said, it's weird not having your heavyweight. And he has both of the belts.
Yeah.
So you don't have your heavyweight champion on.
Triple H needs to strip Roman Reigns.
You don't have either of your heavyweight champions, who is the same guy, on the card. So it's a very odd looking card.
It is.
You don't have Bobby Lashley on it.
Nope.
I don't know, man.
He has to go against Seth Rollins next Monday.
Well, Seth Rollins is wrestling Riddle in a pit fight.
That's going to be really good.
I don't know, man. They don't really do the pit fight thing really well.
You remember Timothy Thatcher versus Riddle?
Yes, that was pretty well done.
Yeah.
But, I think it was not scripted correctly.
Yeah.
Because I think that was like Riddle's last match in NXT.
Yeah.
And they sent him out with an L. And they never put Thatcher over.
No, I didn't.
He never won any other belt. And I'm like...
Thatcher is really good.
But he's also
pushed him.
He's really old.
Yeah.
And you're in NXT and you're a really old wrestler. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't see the wisdom in pushing someone that old. So I don't know. It's just really odd to see that.
It is odd.
To see that. Ronda Rousey's going to wrestle Liv Morgan tonight.
I got Liv Morgan.
I got Liv Morgan too. I think...
if Ronda Rousey wins it, it would go to Becky Lynch when she comes back.
I think that they need to go ahead and leave this Liv Morgan experiment alone. But
she had that title for 97 days, which is not bad. Which is not that bad.
Yeah, but I think Rousey's a better name and a better wrestler.
Yeah. What if Shayna Baszler interferes in her match?
I could see... I would like to see Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey wrestle. Because, they are friends in real life.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be... And, Rousey got Baszler in the pro wrestling.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see that too. Baszler, I don't think she gets enough opportunities.
She's a Triple H person.
Well, she's a really good wrestler, and she's a good draw. Heel. Yeah, she's a great heel.
She's been women's tag team champions twice.
Yeah, and she's been NXT champion once.
Twice.
Bloody my last.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she's really good, and that's why I have a problem with them. They got so much talent.
A lot of talent.
Sometimes you overlook some of the people you got. And the women's division is stacked.
It's very stacked now.
Yeah, their division is stacked.
Phantasma or something.
Legado Fantasma.
With Selena Vega.
Love
that's crazy.
They're back.
That's crazy.
Well, not they're back. They're in the main roster now.
They're gonna go for tag team gold.
Man, I was hyped, man, when they came out there. They beat the hell out of
Hit Row.
Beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Hey guys, excuse me if I sound a little winded. I'm still getting over the flu. I've been sick this last week, so it's been an uphill climb for me and for everybody in the house. So if you feel like you're getting sick or you don't think you can go to work or something like that,
just stay home.
Try to stay home if you can. You know what I mean?
Just protect everyone.
Yeah, protect yourself most of all, because people to kind of take their health for granted. They think that they're invincible. They can go out and
no, they're not. You're gonna get it.
You're gonna get it. So I'm glad it was the flu and not something like COVID or something. Alan has gotten over COVID, not COVID or something like the monkeypox.
Yeah, like I learned my lesson.
Yeah, but it's if you can go get your flu vaccination or your COVID vaccination,
get it now.
Go get it. You know what I'm saying? That's my PSA to everybody.
Yeah.
And that's just want to give everyone a heads up that hey, that's why I've been down for a little while. The flu had me, so don't let it get you. Make sure you continue to wash your hands and stuff like that, and get your vaccinations, man. It'll all work itself out in the end if you do. So what do you think about Jon Moxley getting re-signed to AEW for 5 more years?
That's crazy until 2027.
That was news I was not expecting to see.
Me neither.
Was not expecting to see that. But it makes sense if Tony Khan is serious about growing his company.
Yeah.
You got to have dudes like him.
And Kyle O'Reilly's going to stay in AEW longer.
And you got to have dudes like Kenny O. You got to have dudes
Kenny
like
Omega.
You got to have dudes like Heyman Page.
Yeah.
You got to have those dudes, those core dudes. Bryan Danielson, the American
You ever
Dragon.
watch Death Triangle or something?
Yeah, their groups have horrible names.
Nah, Pac is pretty good.
What I'm saying is, man, some of their groups are terrible.
Like
they have
Orange
bad names.
Cassidy and Friends.
Yeah, who comes up with this shit? They need a little bit better marketing or something like that, because some of these names are just terrible.
Yeah. What about Jade Cargill?
And the baddies?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Whoever came up with that idea.
Awesome idea.
Awesome idea. Because her and Willow had a great match.
Really good match.
In DC last night. It's interesting. Alan and I were talking. We saw Willow last year, the same time.
In 2021.
Yeah, MCW. An MCW event up the street. And I was looking, I was like, she's going to be good one day.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she was that far along.
She should be TBS champion next year.
She is really good. It's interesting to see.
Or Athena.
Athena's been champ everywhere she's been at.
Yeah.
Except for AEW.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't realize how great and accomplished a wrestler Athena is.
Yeah.
She's been all around the world. And she's been successful all around the world. She's trained other.
She has.
She's trained other wrestlers. She trained Ronda Rousey.
She knows Tony Storm.
She knows all those people because she used to wrestle NXT with him.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I think they're gonna keep Jade Cargill as champ for a while. She's like I said, she looks the part.
Year.
I don't know, man. She looks the part. She's good mic skills. She plays a heel very well.
Really well.
I don't know how they would get her to transition from not being a heel
to a babyface.
Yeah.
That's going to be weird.
Well, I don't know. See, the EST, Bianca Belair, she transitioned from being a heel to a babyface.
I like her as a heel better because it worked.
I don't know, man. She, the first time I saw her as a face, or her turn from a heel to a face, I realized then that she had gotten way more popular than, as a face than she ever would have been as a heel, because she captures the imagination of those little kids.
She does.
They see that long ponytail, her dancing, and the kids that I saw come up to her, they're all little girls.
Yeah.
And it threw me off. I was like, man, they got something with her.
Yeah.
Now she got the figurines, the dolls and stuff like that. I mean, she is
like, they should keep her as champ until next year. Like, it would make sense.
I'm just curious to see how they're gonna, if they do transition her to be a heel, how they do it back. And the same with Jade Cargill. How would you transition her from being a heel to a face?
Dang, that's a tough
That's
question.
tough. That's tough, man.
Yeah, it is really tough.
That's very tough. I'm not sure how they would do that, but
it would work.
I don't know, man, because her clique is the baddies. They're all heels.
Yeah,
they're all heels. And they're all jerks.
Asuka and Alexa Bliss, like, they're trying to keep Bianca Belair as champ as long as she wants to keep it.
Well,
they're trying to protect her.
I don't think they're trying to protect her. I think that WWE would be smart to keep her as champ.
What about the White Rabbit thing? Like, that's weird.
I think
it might be Bray Wyatt.
Well, we're going back to Extreme Rules, and Alan's talking about, he referenced to the White Rabbit. I think that is Bray Wyatt.
Or Aleister Black.
From the things I've been seeing, it's Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, it is Bray Wyatt.
Because WrestleZone, created WrestleZone, they had a article about Bray Wyatt and how he's coming back in his pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see if it's gonna be him. But you do bring up a good point. Aleister Black did leave AEW.
Yeah.
And it could be him.
It could be, but I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking it's Bray Wyatt though.
Yeah, it is Bray Wyatt.
It's gonna be very interesting to see who comes out and stuff like that, because it's gonna be some spoilers. We don't want to spoil the show for anybody because it's later on tonight, but it's gonna be interesting. Another good match is gonna be Drew McIntyre and
versus Karrion Kross. I got Karrion Kross.
I don't know, man. I don't know who's gonna win that. It's interesting that they got those two feuding. It's just, I don't know, man. It's like, it's hard to see two like super heavyweight dudes wrestle and put on really good matches. But those two dudes are, very, very good athletes too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see it.
I got Karrion Kross.
I don't know, man. If Karrion Kross win, they're trying to put him over.
Oh, against Roman Reigns? Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's the way I look at it.
I see that coming.
That's the way I look at it, because his gimmick is no longer that stupid ass thing that
Gladiator thing.
That was so stupid.
Yeah.
It's no longer that, and the way they have it now, he's a legitimate threat.
Yeah.
He's at pay-per-views.
Like, Roman Reigns needs to watch his back.
He's interfering with stuff.
Like Drew McIntyre's match at Clash of Castles.
That was a good match.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre could have won that.
He probably should have won that. But
yeah.
I think sooner or later they're going to have to take one of those belts off from Roman.
Yeah.
But Drew is, he's a top face.
Yeah.
He's way more successful as a face and a heel.
Yeah.
Just way more successful.
He is way more successful.
Yeah, he is. Speaking of, legends, I want to take a moment to recognize JYD, one of my favorite all-time wrestlers growing up. Junkyard Dog. Man, what a guy. He wrestled all throughout the South before he went to WWE, and he was just a special dude. He got a lot of people hooked into wrestling because of just the way he was. He just being himself, coming out to the ring. He was a former collegiate football player. Just a really great character. People always say they should have pushed him to be champ back in the day. Because he was probably the most popular, but the Hulk Hogan, he was probably the most popular wrestler in WWE. He was. Look it up.
He really was.
He really was. People don't realize it until you start seeing the pop he used to get when he came out. And then once his music started playing, he started doing his dancing and stuff like that, carrying on. He attracted more fans than you could imagine. And it didn't all look like I always point out, they don't look like us. They look like them. And when you see that, you see the crossover appeal. And sometimes you have to, strike while the iron is hot. But, it was a different time, and they weren't pushing a lot of African-American wrestlers to the top of the card.
They pushed Kofi Kingston.
Well, that's 30-some years later, though.
Yeah.
They always say, JYD had to walk so Kofi could run. So it's, I just want to reflect on JYD, Junkyard Dog. Rest in peace, man. Rest in heaven. Rest in power, King. You're a special dude, and you really impacted a lot of people like me from back in the day. Well, that's it for our podcast. You got anything else, Alan?
No.
All right, next time I see you down the road.
Bye.
Bye.